Hey, it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things sexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live right now. I'll post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content as we go along. If you don't know who I am Sandra Burmy, author of Asexual Perspectives, 47 asexual stories, love, life and sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. I'm also the founder of asexualise.com and the founder of Asexualise Academy. Well, welcome to tonight's special APAM episode, Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month, Day 7. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about what asexuals think of marriage. Now, if you didn't know what Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month is, it is in celebration of our diversity across the asexual spectrum and our differences within it, which is why I wrote this book a couple of years ago, which shows you how the asexual spectrum actually works from asexuals themselves, rather than just being textbook definitions. You can see the different variations within this book, and I'm now going to read from it, which is why I've got my fingers in several places. So I'm going to read some of the answers out to the question about marriage, and I think it's very interesting to see how asexuals can differ from heteronormative society, and whether we do in fact differ or not, or whether we still want the same things. So this is Andy P's story. What's your view on marriage? And if you were to get married, would it need to be with another asexual? This is Andy's answer. I think marriage is fine. It's just a contract saying that you're together and making it easier for you to do things for each other. I'd prefer to create this kind of affirmation at the civil level first, however, because of my views related to religion. As far as marrying someone, I won't do it unless I'm absolutely sure and have been with them for some time. If that's the case, their orientation is irrelevant when we already know that it can work between us. That's really interesting, isn't it? So Anne's story. What's your view on marriage, Anne? And if you were to get married, would it need to be with another asexual? So I'm reading from the book, which is why I'm looking down. I suppose I view it as a formal declaration in the eyes of public and God that you are formally together. From an emotional standpoint, it's a covenant of love and faithfulness to one person through the good and the bad. I'm aware that some people just seem to make the open marriage work and are satisfied with that arrangement. I'd prefer just to be with one person. I may have even called myself a one-man dog at some point. I don't think it would have to be with another asexual at all. I seem to be happy with or without. South American Anonymous's story. Interesting. What's your view on marriage? And if you were to be married, would it be with another asexual? Marriage is just a status. It wouldn't matter if I didn't marry my partner. I would like dating asexual persons more, to be honest. And Juanita. Okay, what's your view on marriage, Juanita? Again, I think marriage is completely about companionship, family, and community. Personally, I would love to get married to a demisexual who has a low sex drive, but like me can walk, who has a lot. I'll read that again. Again, I think marriage is completely about companionship, family, and community. Personally, I would love to get married to a demisexual who has a low sex drive, like me, but can walk through life as my life partner and create a wonderful life together. So this person's demisexual, and they're looking for another demisexual who has a low sex drive, like they do have, but can walk through life as my life partner, creating a wonderful life together. And I think that's amazing, you know. Me personally, I used to want to get married years ago, and I used to prefer that idea to living with someone, but I don't want to get married anymore. That was the old me, you know. I don't like wearing rings. I don't wear much jewelry very often, and you know, I have this thing about being tied down by jewelry, especially rings, and you know, I don't like the fact that if you're married, and things do change, which people can change, then you've got all the divorce courts to go through and everything. I think it's much better to not be married. And then if someone does something wrong by you and it's really nasty, abusive, and they don't change, you can just walk away. I've been in abusive relationships for a long time in the past, on more than one occasion. And had I been married to that person, it would have been hell for me. And I don't wish that on anyone. And I do not want to get married, because I know people can change. Some people change. I've even had friends who've one friend, she had been with her partner for 3 years before he turned abusive. So, you don't know what's going to happen in the future. You never know. And I think it's much better to not be married to someone. I don't like the idea of marriage. I don't like the idea of the woman in the marriage, being the housewife, being subservient to the guy, and it's all very well seeing each other through good times and bad. Yeah, but not to the point where the other person's abusing you. That is bang out of order. You don't need to put up with that. It's best just to walk away and leave the situation, which I didn't do before, but I would do again now. I would. I mean, if I'm with any guy, even as a girlfriend, I'll just walk away if they're bad for me. Which is why I've stayed single for so long, since 2011, because I haven't met a good guy for me yet. Not one that I totally can trust, and he's really good for me and strong for me. I haven't met that person yet. If I don't, I'll stay happily single forever, because I would rather be single and happy than have a life of misery again. And marriage is like, you're signing a legal contract. It's not just about the love between you, it's about the legal contract. That's what you have to think, and the words. I wouldn't recommend marriage personally. But my parents have been married 50 years. So I have parents that have been married 50 years. So it's not like I can't see someone having a successful marriage. However, I could not, although I love my parents both dearly and their relationships works fantastically for them, I could not have that type of relationship my parents have. My dad goes and does the work. Although he's retired, he's got a non-profit at the age of 73. Yep, good for dad. It's really great. So he goes out and does the work. Still, although it's a non-profit, he's out like 3 or 4 times a week or more. I've known him to do about 6 days a week. So he's working more now than when he was working. You know what I mean? And he works really hard. He really does. And there are a lot of things I'm proud of him about with the work he does. Like he has autistic people. He does blacksmithing courses. He has autistic people, special needs people that really love coming on his courses. So I really admire him for that, And I love my mum because she's really strong as well. She's such a strong woman. But the type of relationship they have is like, my mum's like a housewife and maid to my dad. My dad even said that once. Your mother's my maid. He's like, you wouldn't have me call it, you wouldn't have that being said to you, would you? And I'm like, no. So they got a very traditional marriage. Like my dad doesn't work, my mum's a housewife. That works for them really well, but it would not work for me. I'm the opposite type of person that I hate housework. I don't want to be sat there cooking and cleaning and doing anything for a guy like that. He can get his own food, drink, do whatever he wants with his life. I like an emotional guy, a very sensitive, kind, caring, emotional guy who is very uplifting and upbeat as much as possible, and who really wants the best for me, and who really encourages me in my life, and who really lifts me up, and we grow together, and who can share secrets, not afraid to show his emotions and stuff like that. And I'm quite I like doing businessy stuff. I'm not into houseworky stuff. It's not who I am. That life's pretty miserable for me, to be honest. So yeah, that's my view on marriage, my personal view. But I know someone who I met through asexuality, and they weren't into marriage at all. And they since married their bisexual boyfriend. They have a kid with him, and they married their bisexual boyfriend the day before my parents' anniversary, actually. And they really love each other, and they are soulmates. So, and that they're still pursuing their own careers as well. So, you know, they've kind of got a lot going for them. You know, they haven't stopped their own lives. They very much encourage each other in their career. They love their daughter. They very much, they're both into like law. So they're both, you know, like he's a lawyer, they're them. He now trans guy, sorry. He was a woman when I originally met him, but he trans guy, he is still studying to do law as well as looking after their baby, which he had himself because he's still physically female in body. So yeah, that becomes interesting. Well, basically, so I've got a friend and he's had a baby with his bisexual husband now. It becomes very interesting. It's like, how could he have a baby biologically? But yeah, that's how. So yeah, I'm really happy for them. They're both beautiful people, both soulmates, destined to be together. You know, but that person, my trans friend, he wasn't for marriage at all, or that type of lifestyle. But it's worked out for them. It's working out for them. They've got other people in their lives that are not so good about it. But I love them to bits as my friends and they're amazing people. So I hope it works out so well for them. They deserve to be happy. They love each other. I do think personally that I won't get married. I don't even know at this stage if I'll find the right guy for me to be in a partnership with. I think I will. I'm hopeful, you know? But right now I'm focusing on my own life, my own career, and just making myself happy. I think you've got to make yourself happy. I think you know how to make yourself happy more than anyone in the world. And if you should be married to anyone, you should be married to yourself. I do have a ring I bought myself, which is absolutely beautiful. I wear it on occasions when I go out. So that, yeah, be married to myself. Not literally, in case the newspaper picks up on that. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful, helpful, insightful some way. I'd love to know what you think about marriage. I'd love to know whether you agree with it or you disagree with it. Hope you found the you know, them useful, helpful, insightful, the ones I read from the book. If you haven't got a copy of Asexual Perspectives yet, do click down on the links below and go and grab yourself a copy. It's well worth a read. It's really insightful from loads of different, from 47 different asexuals. I also tell my own personal story. So there's 46 others besides me. Go and get your copy. You won't be disappointed. It's really, really interesting read. And until next time, embrace your quirky and each other. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button down below, right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live right now, post a new video. Happy Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month at day 7. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video live stream. Don't forget the thumbs up and share this video with whoever you think may benefit from it. Take care and have a beautiful night or day wherever you are. Lots of love. Thanks for watching.